Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, it feels like forever. I've missed you all so much. Have you missed me? I think you have. I hope you have. Let me zip up, girl. Let me make sure everything's still here. Cause they'll try to take your tea toss, girl. They really will. Hello, ladies. Hello, La Mika. Or Mecca. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, Marcellin, Rebecca. Hey, your girl, LA. Hey, Queen C. I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, y'all. Someone's saying they can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? I hope you can. My goodness. Are they trying to silence me as well? Was I silent or silenced? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm glad that y'all can hear me, honey. Please tap, double tap, triple tap the screen, honey. Let's get this party started. Let the girls know that the Dom is back, the Supreme. Because some of the girls thought that when I took my break to write my book with the top publisher, not self-published, sweetie, that they thought that they could take my spot. And they can't. They can't do it. They don't have the vernacular. None of that. So, I had to come back and now I'm posting on TikTok and Instagram again. So, just know that she's back, honey, and she's ready to let the girls have it. Per usual. Yes? With that said, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm so happy to be chatting with you tonight. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Anwar. I'm a dating coach for Black and Brown women. I help them learn how to heal themselves. I teach them how to date with strategy and to get into the best relationship of their lives. So if that's something that's of, importance to you, if that's something that you want to do in the next year, then I definitely want you to go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call so that we can figure out if it's a good fit and how we can help you. Okay? Now, what do I do on here? I am here to answer any and all of your questions. Okay, so put them in the chat and I will answer them in the order that I see them. I already see one. Can you include Arab women? Girl, Arab women are brown. Thanks. Someone said, Anwar, your latest DL post had me screaming. I'm 100% convinced my baby daddy is. Probably, girl. No shade. Let me see what y'all are talking about in here. Someone said, guard that energy, baby. I surely had to, honey. Happy Banana Sun said, someone invited me on a walk date today. So I will tell you, before the pandemic, I was totally okay with walk dates. Post-pandemic and in this economy, no walking, no dating. You have no arms, no legs, you are a stump. You can't have a walk date. It is against your religion. We don't walk, we roll. Yes? No, ma'am. Correct. What are you going to do? You know who your walk date is? Your Fitbit. That's your walk date. You don't need anybody else. I just want the girls to know. All right, let me see what y'all are talking about. And ask me anything about men, women, girl. I know y'all lesing it up these days. Love, dating, relationships. Ask me about it all, and I'm here to answer it, okay? Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. I see y'all are gagging on my latest video. Have fun with that. Sarah said, followed your dating advice from very beginning, and I'm married. You're welcome. And your first child needs to be named Anwara. Again, you're welcome. I hear that every day, and that makes me really, really excited and happy. It's like an expectation. Like that's what I want. That's why I'm here. Literally, my mission is to help 1 million Black women get married. Okay, so that makes me really happy. Janine said, Anwar, let's talk about how January's dating Olympics. Help me get ready. So, no shade, girl. I help my clients get ready for January, which is the Olympics of dating. That is where 30-40% more people are going to be out in these streets, out in these online streets. And so you want to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Okay? Melanie said, how can you tell the difference between being love bombed and genuine affection? I think love bombers are very extreme. So a lot of love bombers will over compliment you. Oh my God, you're the most beautiful thing since sliced bread. Oh my God, they'll over compliment you to the point where you don't believe it. That's what a love bomber does. A love bomber will also give you pet names very early because they're trying to skip the line when it comes to familiarity with you. A love bomber will also future pace, right? We're in November now. They'll say, oh girl, I want to take you to Paris in the summer. Dude, this is like date number 2. Like, what are you talking about? So that's what they will do. Genuine affection grows with time. And you wouldn't hear those things until later on because there hasn't been an actual legitimate affection that's been developed. Now, there are some cultures that will say, I love you on the first date. One of my clients told me that last night. He was from Sierra Leone. The men from the motherland will say, I love you in the first month. Don't believe them. When they say, I love you, it doesn't even mean that they like you, to be honest with you. It just means that they're interested in you. Interested in something. Your mind, your heart, your punani. No shade. Okay, let me see what you're all talking about. What are some first date tips? I think really great first date tips are make sure that you're talking to a friend before a first date so that like you already have this level of familiarity and like comfort and confidence within you. Make sure that you have a first date like playlist song that gets you up, that gets you feeling yourself a little bit. That's very important. I would also say make sure that you know what you want to learn about that person and what you want that person to learn about you. It's one of the things that we prepare our clients for each and every day. We also work with them after each date and we do what we call a date download where we're evaluating them and rating them in certain things and seeing what's happening. Like a lot of the girls out here, you don't have a rating system for your dates. Let me know in the chat if you have a rating system for your date. If you don't, give me a hashtag no system. I want to know who are the girls with the system, who are the girls that are dating raw, because that's what y'all are doing, and it's dangerous out there. Let me see what y'all doing. No system, no system, no system. Vita said we have a system. Most everyone else is saying no system. No system, no peace. No system, no peace. No system, no peace. Yeah, some of y'all dating raw. Dangerous. As Michael Jackson once said. Okay. Someone said, should I be concerned about a Moroccan man? Is he a lighter Moroccan or a darker Moroccan? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How do you get over your first love when he was a great guy? by knowing that part of your dating journey is about experience and development. So your job is to focus not on him, because if you are focusing on him, then you've lost yourself. Actually, your job is to focus on what you learned in that experience and how you can take that with you forever. If you're still thinking about it and you're still feeling like you need to get over it, oftentimes when things stick to us, it's because actually we never really had a lot of control within the relationship. And so sometimes we will try to garner this control afterward by obsessing over them. So that might be where you're at, girl, no shade. Ayan said, Nigerian guy ghosted me after a month because I wanted to wait on intimacy. I'm not surprised. How do you know if you're ready to date after a divorce? Great question. I would say that if you can talk about your ex without any emotion, I think you're ready. I think that if you, I think also, right, have you learned and taken accountability for the things that happened in that relationship? Some people will split their memories when it comes to breakups, and so the ex is either all good or all bad, and that's not reality. So we have to like get really clear about what exactly happened and what part you played in it. And you have to like fully own that, and that's really hard for people to do. Okay. Poison Ivy said, dating seems so boring to me. Any reason why or any advice? Yeah, it's boring because a lot of these men are boring. And I don't mean that to shade men. I think, like, you know, men are fine. I'm like neutral on men. But I think when you're doing it for a very long time, then you can start to have the same conversations. And when you start having the same conversations, then it feels like Groundhog Day all over again. And that is the shade of it all. One of the things that I teach my clients in my program is like, I teach them how to banter, how to talk to these men so that they're having fun while they're dating. One of the things that happens is like sometimes a lot of women are not in their full agency in dating, and so they will let the men dictate the tone and the energy of the communication, conversations, interactions. And like I said before, a lot of men are boring. And so what happens is if they're not giving you what you need, then you just follow suit. So instead, and I want to be real with you. If you feel like dating is boring, it may be because you're also being boring. I know that many of my clients do not find dating boring because they're bringing fun into their dating lives, because they're cracking themselves up, because they're engaging in a way that feels really good for them. So I want to offer that to you if that resonates. Okay. The Janine says, how much are your services if it's a fit? It really depends. I have courses that go anywhere from $149 to $500, and then I have my coaching 1-year coaching programs that are anywhere from $3,500 to $7,500. Which right now I actually just added Anwar AI, so that is something that's available to any of the ladies that decide to join either my courses or my program. I'm not selling it to the public by itself. You have to purchase something to get access to Anwar AI. And I would just say that I think I literally have been training this AI for more than 6 months. And this AI is not going to give you generic ChatGPT stuff. If you're a woman of color, you need to have different dating advice. And Anwar AI is able to give it to you, which my clients gag and they live for it. Alien AD said, I'm 24 and never been in a serious relationship. Am I getting too old? Girl, no. Respectfully speaking, you're not even a full adult yet. Once you pass 25 and your frontal lobe develops, then let's talk. Then that's when life really starts. No shade. And I don't say that to be dismissive. I say that also just so that you understand that there are a lot of women out there that don't have a lot of relationship experience before the age of 25. Most Black and brown women actually start dating once they get to college, which is, 18, 19, 20, 21. And that's not even a guarantee. So you're not alone, but also it's not that you're too old, it's that you're very young. Okay. Let me see, what questions do we have here? Dating a man with a child and you don't have one. A lot of women, specifically black women, I've learned don't like that. Don't like a man with a child for a variety of different reasons. One, when you engage with someone like that, you also have another woman that's involved in the mix. You also have a child. So a lot of black women will have a neglect wound. And what happens is that if you have this other woman, you have this child, then the amount of attention that can be brought onto you is already cut, right? So I can understand why a lot of women wouldn't necessarily want to be involved with a man with a child. Also, however shady this sounds, and I'm here to always keep it real, we are looking at people who have children, especially if they're out of wedlock, right? As, we're thinking about their decision making skills. Just like some men think about it for women who have a lot of children, women think about men in the same way. If you got, 2, 3, 4 children, I got a question like, what are we thinking? How are we thinking? How's the money being split? All valid questions. Yeah, so I'm not here to shade you for your preferences. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Let me see what the IG girls are talking about, because y'all talk so much ish about me not answering some of these IG questions. Do you think a man with an avoidant attachment style can ever go on to be in a healthy relationship? Totally. 100%. I don't even really talk about attachment styles because I don't want people to like box themselves into this like, label when in reality we're all trying to get more secure. I'm dating a wonderful man who is such a great dater and shows so much interest but wants to wait to have sex. He just wants to focus on us connecting. How can I know it's not anything else? I don't know a straight man that's like that unless he is married to Jesus. Most men that say that they, are waiting to have sex, most, not all, um, and I want to say this with respect. And I say this because y'all asking these questions that are going to take me outside of myself. I'm trying to be cute tonight, but these questions are making me not cute. They're making me sound like an asshole. And I'm not. I'm a really kind person. This man probably has ED. Or he probably has a micro penis. And that's probably why he wants to wait for sex. He wants to make sure that, he said, focus on connecting. He wants you to be in love with him so that when he plops it up like this, when he plops it out like that, then you don't run the other way because you've already fallen for him. Sorry about it, girl. Yeah, this pose just like that. Not even half my finger, girl. Just like that, girl. Someone said, man with ED, what to do? ED equals GO. Go. You come here for the real deal, right? You don't come here to feel good. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because most of y'all actually probably were not, throwing your pee around when you were young. So many of you don't have a lot of experience. I would hate for you to be with someone that's not going to satisfy you in the bedroom because because that's a need that we get to satisfy. That's it's a very important, significant part of a relationship. Girl, what are you going to do with this? Girl, you got more equipment than that. So, I think a lot of women, especially black women, are so focused on the relationship and getting the relationship that they will try to, like, they will forego some of those things and tell themselves, oh my God, it's not that important. And a year or two later, girl, their kitty is purring every day because it's not getting fed. And then you're mad at him because he's not hitting your walls and he's not fully satisfying you. Sex is a very important part of a relationship. And especially when you're a woman of color, your life is already stressful enough. Part of sex is also de-stressing. And if he can't do that, girl, then you're just going to stay stressed out. Stressed for no reason. I think life's too short. So, take what resonates, forget the rest. Tap, double tap, triple tap the screen if what I'm saying is tea, and if you're learning anything from this live, okay? And, oh, got a stain here, girl. I'm wearing a little Nike tonight. Don't judge me too bad, girl. I'm not one of those boys from the street, girl, but I had to keep it a little bit warm because I was chilly, girl. You know, my circulation isn't as good as it once was. Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. Oh my gosh, okay. What are the questions, honey? Listen, what about the men who visit Colombia multiple times a year? What do you mean? When you meet a man, this is what you need to do. You need to say, oh my God, let me look at your passport. And if you see Thailand, Dominican Republic, or Colombia, he's not the one. He's a 50-50 guy. He's a passport bro. He is getting P for 1/10 of the price. Okay? Yes, Brazil as well. All right, so what questions do we have, ladies? Let's talk about it. Let's get into this sitch. Yes? Jada said, any advice for living in Boston? Don't. That's number one. Number two is, I think Boston's very racist, so I wouldn't put it on my worst enemy. Most of my clients who live in Boston actually get with white or Indian men. Very rarely do they get with African American men. And if they get with men of color, then generally they're African, and also an academic. Okay? POV, Anime Mom says, is 3 weeks too quick to get official? Yes, girl. No shade. You haven't even had a full cycle yet. Girl, your body doesn't even know itself right now. How can you think that you know him enough to be official? So, yes, it's early. Um, okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. The only ATI, dating multiple men, how do you handle that? The same way that you handle different projects at work, different work streams, right? You prioritize the ones that need your attention the most, the ones that you probably like the most. And here's the thing, because I think that most of this is actually like a mindset issue that a lot of women, just based on their programming and conditioning, feel like, this feels like I'm cheating, or they feel like, I don't want to be considered a hoe. Options in dating equals power. You want to be able to diversify your love portfolio. You want to, when one guy is not performing, just like a stock, that you have two or three to counterbalance it. Okay? This will protect your heart. It will protect the way that you're thinking about dating and men. And make sure that you're the chooser. So many women, based on Disney movies, rom-coms, are so focused on hyper focusing on one man that, like, when you put your eggs in one basket, everything from that man feels like do or die. And now you're waiting to be chosen instead of being the chooser. And respectfully speaking, when you're waiting to be chosen like that, it's giving little girl energy. It's giving, I'm not gonna go there. I'm trying to keep it cute. Don't be that girl. Be the queen that has all of these different knights and jesters and pawns that are serving them. Just like Michael Jackson's music video, right? Remember the Time. Iman, at the beginning of that music video, is telling these men yes or no, off with their head or not. I want you to be doing the same thing in dating as well. Okay? All right. Everyone's like, please go there. You guys are not good. You guys encourage me, and I'm not going to do it. I'm keeping it cute tonight. I'm keeping it very cute. Okay? All right. Let me see what questions we have, ladies. Okay, so when you ask me a question, I'm gonna need you to ask me like a specific question. Don't ask me questions like advice on dating older men. Be more specific, okay? And by the way, I'm only going to be answering questions that actually have a question mark. Let's keep it cute and grammatically correct, ladies. This isn't just any old live. You come correct here, or you don't come at all. Alrighty? Thank you. Thank you. Mimi said, he's too shy to approach me. What should I do? Not him. What I know for sure is that a man that is really interested in you will never be too shy. He'll find some way to interact with you, whether he's positioning himself or, starting conversation or bumping into you. These men will do absolutely anything. So I don't accept that excuse. He's too shy. He's not too shy to talk to that client that he has to do at work, so same thing. And the thing that you're going to have to wrestle with is, do you really want to be with a shy man? Do you? I don't. No, ma'am. No, thank you. Tap the screen, double tap, triple tap. You should be tapping so much that you're getting arthritis, like my granny, who is my grandmother's mother. God rest her soul. She is one of my angels. She's a part of my spirit team, so I think I can talk about her a little bit. She knows my heart and she knows my spirit, as they say. Okay. Yes, honey, carpal tunnel, all of it. Girl, my fingertip is bleeding. Good. Use the other one. Dion said, how do I stop having a power struggle with men? I think a lot of women will continue to try to fight for power with men because in reality, they feel powerless. And the thing that I want to offer to you is, one, we do not go back and forth with men. It's disgusting. It is. So you want to do you want to box with men? Because that's what you're doing when you're going back and forth with them. Just verbally. Like, you really want to do that? A lot of women will overcompensate because when they were growing up, they did not have a voice. So now, right, your parents shut you up and you were seen and not heard, and you were scared to speak your truth. And so now you're overcompensating because you never want to, feel like you are shut up again. But you've got to heal that parental wound so that you're not actually living out that trauma in your everyday now. Someone said, ever consider having a podcast? Girl, I have a podcast. It's the top 20 relationship podcast in the world. You're late to the game. You're late to the game. And by the way, next Wednesday, I'm having a very special guest on, and she is going to talk about how to navigate the corporate space and in these very treacherous waters. How to, if they're trying to, push you out, get you on a pip, fire you, I want to make sure that you have what it takes to not just survive that, but thrive in those situations, because they're trying to push the Black women out of corporate America, and I don't want it. So I'm going to have a specialist on my podcast, the Get Your Guy Coaching podcast. Check it out. It's on Apple, Spotify, all of the different places, so that you can navigate this very dangerous space. Okay? Yeah. And it's disgusting. Nini said she was just suggesting, why the shade? Oh, girl, you must be new here. We kiki, we have fun. This is all love, girl. We're all family. It's sisters in here. Yeah? So just want to share that with you. No shade here. But I'm sharing all of that with you so that you understand that, I understand that it's really serious. And also I want to make sure that you are equipped with the tools necessary, because nobody's putting you up on game when it comes to this stuff. And I want you to be very, very skilled and knowledgeable about how to navigate this time and your corporations. Yeah. Okay. Someone said, we see each other once per week, no contact in between. What do you think he wants? I don't really care about what he wants. I care about what you want. But here's the thing. If you were in my program, you probably wouldn't be talking to him anymore. Because his, what we call in our program, his between date behavior is null and void. It's nothing. And the thing that you're going to have to realize when you are dating someone, and most of you already do, is when you're in a relationship with a man, you're going to spend 80 to 90% of the time not with them. So their communication actually is much more important between dates than it is during the date. So if he's not contacting you in between the date, then that's what the relationship is going to look like. and you're just a meeting. It's not a courtship. It's not a relationship. So again, respectfully speaking, I don't care what he thinks. I care that you're checking in with yourself and you're telling yourself, I don't like this. And you're stepping away. Your job is not to teach a man how to court you. Your job is not to teach a man how to date you. Let me get some kombucha, honey. Chana said, I will be in Rome doing Olympic dating. Perfect. Do I allow Italians to kiss me on the side of the face on the first date or only shake hands? Well, first of all, Italians will kiss you 2 to 3 times just seeing you and leaving. So that's literally the bare minimum. Now it's up to you about what you're going to let them do in between and afterward, girl. So I lived in Milan for a year, and I probably had about 5 boyfriends at a time while I was in Milan. And the Italian dating culture is very different. It's similar to Brazilian culture. What does that mean? It means that sex on the first date is very normal. They want to know, do you have sexual chemistry with this person or not? And if you don't, it's a no-go. So, just want to share that with you if you need it. So, yeah. That's just what it is. For the girls that have been, in Italy, you already know what's up. The girls always want to know, well, Anwar, why do you know so much about sex? Well, girl, I've been around the world tonight. I had a lot of experience with a lot of men from a lot of different countries. And so I know how to put it up, down, and all the way around. Thank you, Roberto. Or shall I say grazie? Grazie. Kay said, I'm a corporate climber, golden retriever, black woman here. Who should I date? Well, no shade, girl. You should date yourself. In this climate, there's no reason why you should be a golden retriever. Women as golden retrievers don't work. And they don't work because then the man is the black cat. And you're not in full control of your dating and relationship future. A golden retriever is someone who is looking to satisfy, right? Looking to please. And, the man should be doing that for you. Like, he's hardwired to do that. He actually derives pleasure from doing that. So if you're the one who's doing that, then you're only going to be attracting the men that are going to want to control you. So I say you should date yourself so that you get out of that golden retriever mode. IndXX said, why are most black men emotionally unintelligent? Well, I will say that I think most men are emotionally unintelligent, and I think a good part of it is just socialization and what men are allowed to do and feel versus not. I think everyone is a victim of patriarchy, not just women. And I think part of what's being robbed of so many men is their ability to express feelings outside of anger. And it's unfortunate. There are some men that are breaking through and that are doing the work, which is actually very difficult to do, might I add, to be able to reject everything that you've learned and what society tells you, what's right and what's wrong, and to do something that just feels better for you. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but there are some men that are doing it. Yeah, and thank you all so much, TikTok, for the 64,000 likes. Appreciate it. User 821, what is your opinion on friends to lovers? I think it's the ideal way to do it, actually. Research says that attraction, like physical attraction, is less important when you have a kind of a courtship relationship timeline in that way, which means that you're really interested in the person for who they are versus what they kind of look like. Okay? Let me see. What other questions do we have? Let me see what's going on. Honest question. Do you find the more conventionally beautiful women have better results? No. I actually think it's the most beautiful women that I've ever worked with, and I've worked with stunning women that actually like make me question my shit. They have the hardest time dating. The hardest time dating. If I were a woman, I would never want to be at like a 9 or a 10 physically. Like, if I were like a 7, I'm good. I know I can get pretty much everybody. So why do I say that? I say that because when you are gorgeous, most men will be intimidated by you. And the men that actually will try you are the men that are so not on your level. And they're trying you because you're so outside of their realm, they feel like they have nothing to lose. Whereas the men that are actually at your level physically and in other areas will often go for the women that are easier, that are less attractive. And they will go for them because oftentimes those women will feel so much gratitude that a hot guy is actually giving them life and time, right? And oftentimes those women that maybe are not as attractive will be giving up the cookie faster. So you have a lot of men that are 8 and 9s that are hitting a lot of 5s and 6s. I'm sorry to be, blunt about it, but that's the tea. So that's why I say I would never want to be a 9. And like, think about all the 9s that you've seen, like celebrities, they're always cheated on. They're always cheated on. And the reason why that is the case is because a lot of those women can, a lot of those men that are with those women actually grow to resent them. And they start to resent them because, one, when you're a beautiful woman, you pull attention everywhere you go. And the men start to get a little bit insecure because men are they're always going to have to feel like they have to defend for you, to like fight all of the men away, right? And so when they feel like just a number out of a sea of men that you can go to anybody at any time, that breeds a lot of insecurity. And so what happens after that is that you they will want to humble you. They will want to make you feel like you are worthless so that you don't have the option, so that they feel like they still have control and power, right? So that's what I'm saying, girl. If you're trying to be a 9 or a 10, don't. Don't. Okay. Okay. Um Wait, someone said answer Audrey's question. I have to see it, girl. There's a lot of questions. Okay, wait. I think I found it. Been long distance dating this guy for 5 months, and I'm in NY. He's in London. He just visited. Did all. did all the boyfriend things, but he's saying we'll talk about making it serious when I come visit him. Should I? Um, it's been 5 months. You better, but here's the thing. If he's not ready to be exclusive after that, you have to dump him. And it's been 5 months, so I'm expecting him to visit you at least 2 or 3 times, minimum. So if he hasn't done that, I would offer that he's actually probably not as serious as you may think he is. Okay? Someone said after the visit, he should have known. He might already know, but here's the thing. A lot of men need to know that you're invested in this. That's why in my program we have different parts of the courtship where we are showing reciprocation for the man. A man needs to know that you're in it as much as he is. So that's why you're hearing me say, yeah, go. Because if y'all together, I have no doubt that he's gonna say, yay, yeah, I definitely wanna be in this, because he's gotta make sure that you're about it as well. Do you know how there are a lot of women, especially nowadays, given some of the advice out there, that are robbing men, literally sucking them dry. So what's important in this dating landscape is for men to see some sort of reciprocation emotionally, physically, intellectually, right? Within the courtship for them to take that next step. You may not like it, but that's the reality of the situation. Yeah? Okay. Alma said, do you match couples? I'm not a matchmaker. So I just help people, learn how to date and actually heal a lot of their wounds so that they are dating with power, with confidence, like the healed version of themselves. Okay? Amma said, my friend's man is cheap, but he's still working on himself. What should she do? Well, it depends on what your definition of cheap is. Tall with locks said, how do you know our score? Do you want me to tell you how you can how you can know your score? I did a video about this a couple of years ago and people really didn't like what I had to say, unfortunately. And I am like not here to hurt people's feelings. But let me know if you want to know what your score is. And this is research-based, by the way. Everything I'm telling you is research-based. Even though I talk a lot of ish, I need you to know that the things that I'm talking about are research-based. Okay? Okay. I want the truth will set us free. Some of us it will, some of us it won't. So, if you want to know what your level is in terms of attraction level on a scale from 0 to 10, all you're going to need to do is take a look at all of your exes, and the average of your exes from a physical attraction level is where you're at. Because ultimately what happens is like attracts like. So if you had somebody that was a 4, and then you had somebody that was a 7, you might be a 5.5 girl. No shade. Yeah? This is important. Now, I will put some what's your score, ladies? What's your score? What's your score? I want to know that score, honey. And by the way, if he had a lot of money, you can add 2 points to him. Okay? Okay. Because some of y'all dated some really ugly guys that have a lot of money. So he's really like a 3, but with money, he's a 5. Okay. We're keeping it cute. We're keeping it cute. I see a lot of four, five, six, seven, and that makes sense. Like statistically speaking, you would be between a 3 and a 7. That's how, 80%, 2/3 of people will be between the 3 and the 7. Okay. Someone, Jada said, is it okay to date mid-looking guys? I really prefer it, girl. No shade. I mean, that's what the husbands look like. You can walk down the street, look at a man, and you know whether he's a husband or not. Am I right or wrong, ladies? You know he's a husband. Mm-hmm. Someone said, will this be reposted? On YouTube, Sunday night, when my admin comes in to post it on YouTube, honey. Yeah. Okay, let me see what IG is giving. Someone said, a man is doing something you appreciate, like calling you daily. Do you say, I really appreciate the way you call me and stay in communication as a kind gesture of encouragement? I love that you asked this question because a lot of women are dating with a level of expectation that it is a huge turnoff. So we are going to need to learn how to talk to men. Okay? So when they are doing that, when they are doing something you like, your job is to show appreciation for what they do and admiration for the men that they are. And it's one of the hardest things. It's something that I'm constantly teaching my relationship clients, right? That's their gasoline. And if you're not able to do that, he's going to run out of gas. And he's not going to be inspired to do for you. Your job is to inspire him. And for many women, especially Black and brown women, when you grow up in a household where people are not talking lovey-dovey language to you, right? When people are just telling you, do that, do this, do that, and not saying, thank you so much for cleaning your room, right? This feels good. This feels like a home. Then the way of communicating, because that's the way you're going to have to communicate in a relationship, especially if you want to be in your feminine energy and attract a masculine man, it's going to feel like you're doing way too much. You're going to feel like, oh, I'm putting it on thick. No, you're putting it on the way that he needs to feel. Oh my God, thank you so much for calling me. It always makes me feel super safe and secure when I hear your voice. I really love how thoughtful you are when you're thinking about me and you call me. When he calls, I love it when you call me so much because I was really missing you today. Yeah, some of the girls say they're cringing. If you're cringing when you hear this, then you're not ready to be in a healthy relationship. So cringe, girl. Cringe away. You get in some of the stuff that I'm teaching my relationship clients, so... Someone said, no, I'm falling in love hearing it. Girl, you can't have me, sweetie. Can't have me. Someone said, do another example. Okay, give me something that a man has done for you. And I'll give you femme. Jessica said they're cringing because it contradicts Shira. Shira talks like this to her man. She just doesn't do it on screen. Okay, so he bought me a just because gift, a perfume. Oh my god, I'm so excited to wear this perfume for you. This is going to be great. When are we going to have an occasion where I can put this on for you? Oh my god, thank you so much for getting this for me. I love how thoughtful you are, and I love when you give me presents. It makes me feel so cherished. Yeah. He took care of my car. Oh my god. Thank you so much for taking care of my car. I know, like, let's say he washed it. I love that I have a beautiful, clean car. It just makes me feel so powerful as a woman. So I just want to thank you so much for this. He texts back ASAP. Thank you so much for responding so quickly. I was really like thinking about you, and the fact that you responded so promptly just lets me know that you're always there for me, and that makes me feel really safe and secure. You see how that works? He's got to hear it. And if you can't do that, you're not gonna have a man that's gonna always be doing for you. This takes practice. This takes healing. I'm not shading the women that felt like it was cringe. It feels cringe because you never grew up in a household where that was a normal part of communication. So part of your work is to actually heal that so that this doesn't feel like a lot. Okay? Yeah. It's 100% positive reinforcement. But you know what? For my Christian girls out there, you know what all of this is? Give and it shall be given unto you. Give that. What do they say about tithing? Tenfold. That's what will happen. Because you know what? I want you to think about this, ladies. Who else is talking to this man like this? Who else? No one. The side chick is not doing that. Number one, you do this, there won't be a side chick. That's the T. If others are speaking to your man like this, they won't stand a chance with your man, because he already is connected to you. A man will go somewhere else for something that he's not getting. But if he's getting that, there's no incentive for him to go somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. Someone said my appreciation and care for him drove him away. Well, it really depends, right? What I was giving was not mother energy. I was giving girlfriend and wife energy through the way that I was speaking life into him. Sometimes when we overdo it with appreciation and care, we can mother him. And when we're mothering him, then you bringing up all his mama issues. And so he's going to run away, just like he runs away from his mother emotionally. Let me see. Someone said, can you give me an example for something that you disliked? Yeah, give me an example. Give me an example of something like you did not like. I don't know. I'll spill something, honey. He didn't keep his promise. Okay. He didn't call, he didn't text. So, let's say he says, oh my God, let me call you back. I'll call you back tonight. He doesn't call you back tonight. I don't text him. I don't call him. I wait for him to come to me. Don't chase a man. Don't ever chase a man. Wait for him to come to me. So let's say he reaches out the next morning, and maybe it's not even the morning time. Maybe it's midday the next day. Yeah? Hey babe, how's it going? Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. I had a late night. Oh, really? I was thinking that was probably the case because I remember you had said that you were gonna call, but I just thought maybe something had happened. Oh yeah, it happened. Okay, great. Well, I hope that you're feeling better tonight or today, right? You think you have to chastise him. You think you have to punish him as if you're his mother, right? No. You don't have to freak out when he's doing, when he doesn't call you back. One night. This is one night. When you're not freaking out and you actually, that's when he actually is going to freak out a little bit. Oh my God, I'm really sorry, babe. Thank you so much for your apology. It makes me feel better. Did you hear that at the end? Now he knows I wasn't feeling well. Did you catch that T? It's not, why didn't you call me? It's not, you didn't say what you said you were going to do. It's, oh, I was worried about you. Is everything okay? Oh yeah, I was good. I just got really drunk with my friends last night and then I passed out. Oh, okay, got it. Well, I hope you're feeling better today. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Great. All right, I'm gonna go now. Wait. What are you doing today? I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, babe, it won't happen again. I'm so sorry. I should have called you. Well, thank you so much for your apology. It makes me feel so much better now. Yeah? Do you see I'm not gagged? Do you see how I'm not emotional? Because some of the girls get dysregulated and then lose their shit. And when you lose your shit, you're gonna lose your man. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, the girls know. Someone said, then boom, a gift, boom, a trip, boom, da 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 da. Because he knows that he's got to make up for this. And you don't even have to tell him that he does. You just got to let him know that you weren't feeling so good. And now you're feeling better. Still not the best. I'm feeling better. Okay, what questions do we have? What can I do daily to get my man to yearn for me? Not your job. Not your job to make a man yearn for you. Your job is to do you. Yeah? Your job is to yearn for yourself. Your job is to be addicted to yourself so that he's addicted to you. Right? But if you're focused on making a man like you, then you're censoring him and you've already lost the plot, my opinion. Right? Even in that last example, I was going to keep on going on and doing me. When you do you, a man will actually follow. A man that's actually into you. Oh, I'm gonna probably hang out with friends, maybe get a bite to eat a little bit later. Oh, let's eat together. Sure, what were you thinking? And then he wants to pick you up and da 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 da. Yeah. Why do I say this? I say this because, and this is why in my program we have both a dating program and a relationship program, right? That I actually don't advertise that much because it's really just for my clients in my dating programs. The skills that you have in dating are completely different than the skills that you're going to need in a healthy relationship. And what a lot of the girls are not talking about on social media, they're telling you how to date, but they're not telling you how to be in a relationship. Because when you bring that dating shit into a relationship, you're going to create disconnection and you won't have a relationship. That's what they're not telling you. Blissful Rose said, do you let a man know you're dating someone else when they ask? Yeah, we do. We always want to be honest. Yeah, I'm dating until I'm in an exclusive relationship. A lot of men will not like that. Your man won't be bothered by it, though, because he knows he's going to win at the end. He's not going anywhere. And he knows that he will beat these other men. The men that aren't truly invested, that don't want to work for you, they're going to be upset. They're going to be offended. They're going to be offended because they know that they're investing in something that they're ultimately going to lose in because they're not truly invested in you. So don't trip when they cop an attitude when you tell them that you're dating until you're in an exclusive relationship, because those are not the men that were going to be with you anyway. Okay? Yeah. A lot of y'all are gagging on the feminine energetic communication that I was giving. Are you all not talking like this to your men? Even the men that you're dating? Because if not, that's an opportunity. I'm seeing a lot of no. It's hard. I need to learn how to flirt. Yes, I do. Not often. Nope. Well, get into my program, sweetie, and you'll learn. Yeah? Links in the bio if you're interested. No pressure. We get clients every day. We're not hard up for clients. I want to make sure that when you're coming in, though, that you're ready to do this work. Because I kiki a lot on social media. I talk a lot of shit. But in my program, we actually do very deep work. Like, you will cry in this program. We will go there. Because that's what's required for you to shed the skin of who you were to become the woman that you are to be. Okay? Yeah. Heather says, he's trying to keep us all single so he can get more paid clients. No, girl. I don't need any more paid clients. I have 5 coaches that work under me with full client rosters. So you can come if you want. Regardless of whether you come or not, I'm still going to be completely booked by Black Friday. Right? So generally we get booked by Black Friday, and it probably opens up around February. So yeah, that's just that. Okay, let me see what else we're talking about. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Heather T said, joking love. Yeah, girl, no shade, no tea. Like, so Love said, is hot and cold the same as being mean to men? I think hot and cold is toxic. And I think toxic is not nice. Yeah. I think that sometimes individuals, like hot and cold is very like teenage girl energy. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, sometimes when we don't have like the emotional regulation and communication skills, we'll cop an attitude and sometimes do like a silent treatment because we don't know how to express our feelings. So, I'd rather you not be cold. I'd rather you always be warm. I'd rather you not be hot. I'd rather you just be warm. Yeah. Mm, someone says Shira advises hot and cold. Well, do you want a love relationship or do you want a transactional relationship? Hot and cold is manipulation. It's not connection. Yeah. So if you want to be manipulating your entire life, do that. Please do that. That sounds very tiring to me. The women that come to my program, they're looking for more love relationships. Toaster said, but what if men perceive boundaries as cold? Then they're not emotionally intelligent. Boundaries are everything, especially for a woman. Well, a lot of men don't like the boundaries of women. And they're banking on the fact that you don't have them based on your, socialization as a woman in this society. That's why it's a revolutionary act for you to have boundaries, especially as a woman of color. And they'll especially won't like your boundaries if you have boundaries as a woman of color. Yeah. Callie One Love said, I'm focusing on me so much. How should I add a man into my life? I think that I think it's important for you to consider whether you want a man or whether you need a man. I don't think that women need men, but I do think you can want them. And if you want them, the answer to that question really depends on you because every woman will want a man for different reasons based on their lived experience. Let me see what else we're asking. Okay, let me go to IG, honey. I had interviewed a madam, a very popular madam. And one of the things that she was saying about her most successful girls was that they listened and they made the things that the men were talking about like the most interesting thing possible. And part of being a partner, when you're in a relationship, is doing that for your partner, right? Trends on TikTok are talking about the bird theory, the bird test, right? But it goes both ways, right? Like, yes, he's going to have to show interest in the things, the minute, the unique, bizarre things that you're interested in. But what a lot of people don't tell you is that you're going to have to do the same for the things that he's interested in as well. Yeah? Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do we have? I'm interested in dating Asian men. How will I know if they're attracted to me? Girl, you won't. You know what will happen? The thing about Asian men is like, um, they'll follow you around. They won't even look you in the eye. They'll give you that peripheral stare. Like, you think I'm not even looking at you, but I'm literally staring. That's what they do, girl. They'll just be looking at you like this. Um, you think I'm lying? I'm not. Girl, they will stare. A lot of the Asian men have to have a little bit of a different look if they're going to be into the black girls. What does that mean? A different hair color, really long hair. They might like dress a little bit different, right? So I always look at the hair. Wanderluster said, ha ha ha, my baby daddy is Asian and that is so true. I know, girl. I know. The girls think I say all this shit just to gag them. Yeah? Yeah. So Falana said, tatted. Oftentimes they're tatted, but don't be trying to find some Yakuza girl. That's what we're not going to do. Yeah, they often have tattoos. They can be a bit of a rebel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let me see what questions we have. What's up with the men in California? Where's the best place in LA? Proper to find good men. The thing about LA is that everybody's trying to be a star, so they're always on the climb. So actually, a lot of people in LA don't have a lot of money. So that's part of the issue. There are a lot of people that are actually not stable in LA. The other part of LA, especially for black women, is that a lot of the black men that generally in other parts of the country are a stable consideration set while you're dating. Most of them are not dating black women. They're dating white and mostly Latina women. And so that's the other thing that makes dating really difficult for black women specifically in LA, which sucks, but is what it is. I have a lot of women that are in the industry. And so actually what we try to do is we have, an app in LA and then we have an app somewhere else just based on their personality, right? And a lot of the time they actually meet someone somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for the 113,000 likes. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What if a man says you're too busy for a last minute hangout? Well, are you? And it really depends on where you're at in the courtship. Early on, we should not be doing any sort of last minute dates. No. This is about managing your love life. You don't want to be the girl that he just texts and calls and you hop, skip, and jump to wherever he wants to meet you. Why? Because often when those men are reaching out to you, they're reaching out to you because other plans fell through and he just wants to do something. So we never do that. Ever. Well, not ever. Later on in the courtship, I do think it's okay, but within the first 3 physical dates, no. ILJ said, any advice for getting the ring? Well, I guess my question that I have for you is, how long have you been with your person? And have you actually brought it up? Because here's the thing, when you're in a relationship, ladies, some people think that, oh my God, he's just gonna randomly propose to me and I will have never known anything. No. There are multiple conversations that are being had around engagement, marriage. And the thing about it is that you have to be okay with planting the seed and having multiple conversations about this. The interesting thing is that, and I tell this to many of my clients, and I'll tell this to you as well, you're going to need to tell him when you want to get engaged. And a lot of us aren't ready to do that. A lot of the girls, and let me know if you're one of them, a lot of the girls want to have that surprise engagement so that they can have a social media moment. No, that's not how it happens 75% of the time. It's not reality. They need to know. So it's November now. Like, let's say I've been with a guy for a year, right? It's November now. During the holiday season, you know what I would do, girl? I would say, during Christmas, New Year's, I'd be like, okay, we should definitely talk about our relationship goals next year. Like what you want, what I want. And then in that conversation, I would say, yeah, I would like to be engaged by the end of the summer. So now he has 6 to 8 months to get it together, to save for a ring if he needs to save for a ring, to get himself mentally prepared for that level of commitment. That's what he needs. A lot of girls out here are in a relationship butthurt and mad as hell because their men aren't doing anything, but they've never shared what they need, what they want, and how they want it. Yeah. I think my next book is going to be around how to get the ring. And this is not an ultimatum. This is sharing a desire, a yearning, right? This is what would make me the most happy. Mariana said, I did this and my ex couldn't commit. And you want to know that. You don't want to be one of these girls out here in a 4 or 5 year relationship looking foolish, no shade. Because within 2 years, he will know if he wants to marry you. He will know if he wants to be engaged to you. He will know. He knows within 6 months, ladies. He knows. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Yeah, someone said, we don't want to end up like Janae Ayeko. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Janae. Sarah Beat says, what if he says it's coming? Great. I hope it comes by the end of the summer next year. Yeah. All right, ladies. Yeah, someone said, so is Jesus. Jesus is coming too. What about it? Y'all crack me up. Let me see what time it is, honey. I'm gonna go to bed. I want to sleep. I'm gonna be hanging out with my family tomorrow. Y'all know I got 3 kids, right? Y'all know I played Papa 24/7, and then I'm online like a little bit each day. Yes, honey. I know y'all don't know it because I'm so snatched, sweetie. But yes, I have 3 kids. 3, honey. Yes, honey. I'm not like these other girls. I'm married with children, just like the TV show. So, I'm going to be hanging out with my kiddos and my partner. Someone said, don't leave us yet. Okay, a few more questions. How long does it take a dude to know they want to date you? 2 months. Nini said they speak French too. Yes, they speak French and German and English. Would you say it's possible to fall in love within a month? Well, I guess it depends on what you consider falling in love. Because there are some girls that fall in love and haven't even met the guy. Like, is this really love, or is this lust, or is this infatuation? That's the question. User 867 said, can you speak more on Samoan men or advice for dating them? It pains me to talk about Samoan men. Why? Because if you look at the research, they're not making a lot of money and they're not packing. I mean, beautiful gowns. The other thing that, on a more serious note, a lot of the other things that I've experienced, I've heard through my clients is that there's a lot of domestic violence from Samoan men. And if I have any of my Samoan sisters in here, let me know if what I'm saying resonates with you. Yeah. Yeah. They are good looking. So, all right. So, what did we learn tonight, ladies? What did we learn? What was the thing that you were like, I didn't know this before this live, and now I know it, and I'm never letting it go? Asila said, talk nice to men. Someone said, too many pearls of wisdom. Thank you for that. Respond positive, feminine reinforcement, feminine communication. I learned I'm a 4. Be a lady with your words. You can make a man yearn for you. You can't make a man yearn for you. That I'm a 5. Ask for the ring. I love this. We learn to be appreciative of him. Speak on your desires. Be encouraging. Don't get emotional. 100%. Don't date Samoan men. Conversation is key to prep for engagement. Yes, ladies. Be clear on your timeline. Don't mother your man. I think I must do a video on how to talk to men because I think it's really resonating with so many of you all. Yeah. Yeah. Good. All right, my loves. I hope that this was helpful for you. I'm rooting for you so much. If you do want to really do this work deeper, definitely book a program decision call. The link is in my bio after the application. And we'll see if it's a really good fit. Alrighty? All right, I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.